today there were no signs of any big activity at the Carlton Reserve in Venice, where the search for Brian Laundrie has been centered for days. Meantime, Gabby's family announcing today that they are setting up a foundation in her name and hope to help out the families of other missing children.
From people on the street to people on the internet, it seems folks all across the country are following.
Tell me your problems, I will chase them away.
Search for Brian Laundrie. A Laundrie family attorney confirmed to us that the FBI is checking into a new phone that Brian bought before going MIA. The attorney confirmed Brian left it at the home the day he went for a hike in the preserve. Now, the attorney wouldn't confirm when Brian bought that new phone, but he believes it was purchased this month, and the FBI does now have it in their possession. Last week, police told us they still couldn't find Gabby's phone as they continue to try and figure out how she died. Tributes for Gabby continue across town. This is a live look right now at a memorial outside Northport City Hall, where local high school ROTC cadets are expected to perform tonight in Gabby's honor. The memorial there, the flowers, the balloons, the signs, it's been growing for weeks. There is still so much we hope to find out about Gabby and Brian, including how Brian Laundrie was able to leave his house and go for a hike amid this investigation. Gabby was reported missing on September 11th. Brian returned from their trip on September 1st. Here's what police said during a press conference on September 16th.
You said you know where Brian is. Is he at his parents' house?
All I'm going to say is I know where Brian's at.
Now, the very next day, Brian's parents reported him missing.
Here today in the search for Brian.
Yeah, Christy, well, I just got done talking with Brian Laundrie's family attorney, and he says that the FBI now has in their possession a phone that was purchased, and that same phone is the one that Brian left behind at the Laundrie household before he went into the Carlton Reserve. And I want to show you some video. The search of the Carlton Reserve is still on at this point in time. Parents said he used to enter the Carlton Reserve. While the search for Brian is now being headed by the FBI, we saw Northport officers out assisting and helping, and the search has scaled back, but it remains in the 25,000-acre reserve, focused on lakes and ponds. We haven't had a press conference or heard from the FBI since the federal arrest warrant went out for Brian Laundrie last week. That was not for Gabby Petito's homicide, but for bank fraud. Speaking with a former FBI special agent and professor at USF, she says that is not unusual at all, and there's a reason why we aren't getting regular updates.
Laundrie. New details this morning on what he was doing after he returned to Florida and before Gabby Petito was reported missing. This as we hear from her parents. Trevor Alt has the latest for us. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Robin. Gabby Petito's family is urging Brian Laundrie to turn himself in, and we have known that Brian came back from that cross-country road trip without Gabby. But now we're learning in the days before someone else had to report her missing, Brian and his parents went on a trip of their own. This morning, ABC News has learned in the 10-day window from when Brian Laundrie returned to Florida September 1st and Gabby Petito's family reported her missing September 11th, Brian and his parents went camping. The Laundrie family attorney confirming the 3-day trip to Fort DeSoto Park in Pinellas County, Florida, returning September 8th. It's now been more than 2 weeks since Brian disappeared himself, his parents insisting they don't know